No, the hourly parking facility of the south side will still remain open.
What about daily?
Daily will be impacted.
Okay. So eventually this whole deck's going to be closed.
Absolutely. The whole goal, eventually.
And let's go back through that schedule so everybody's clear. We're going to start with the South Economy lot first, where we're going to build what we call SD1 South Deck 1. Okay, then we'll come and basically demolish and rebuild South Deck 2. Then we'll go, rebuild, and then once we rebuild that, we'll go to the north side and demolish the north side and rebuild it. All right, so the beginning of November, you'll see the surface lot, the South Economy lot closed. That's about 3,000 spaces.
Guys, hold on for one quick second. I was going to hop on in here and just remind everybody, not remind, but tell you, we are going to have FAQs. We're going to have high-res rendering of the new decks. We're going to have a calendar outline that we're going to send to everybody here, and also hopefully hand out to you in just a second. So you'll be able to get arts depicting the new decks. We'll answer your questions and talk about what's going to be open, what the calendar outline is going to be, and we'll be able to answer those questions.
My question is about the current. So I'm trying to compare the current that's about right now. Deck is closed on that portion. Can you describe that closure and how much is now, and then when you reopen that, how much is going to happen?
It's pretty much net the same. We have about 2,500 spaces that are impacted at the north facility. Those will open as the time that we're capturing the 3,100 on the south side. So remember, we have one domestic terminal, but two sides. There's a north side and a south side. Right now, the north side is being impacted with the renewal program. When we release those 2,700 or so, we'll then impact the 3,100 on the side of the south. It's also, I want to revisit your question. When we're looking at the timelines, there's a big football game called soccer, called FIFA, that's coming here to Atlanta. We're really ambitious on trying to make sure we have some capacity in 2026 for that. So Frank and his team have really put together a program that we will have that capacity for the extra visitors that are coming to Atlanta for that event as well.
On the entire deck constructed budget, don't you say how many spaces?
6,700 at the entirety.
So it basically would have doubled the capacity?
Of this current facility,
Right.
we will increase it, yes.
Yeah.
By how many spaces?
So again, the deck will be constructed out on the surface lot. It's about 3,100 right now. Once we finish, we'll have 6,500 structure parking positions, and an additional 1,300 on the surface.
Okay.
So ultimately, that program would be 7,800 spaces.
Okay. And what is it now?
Right out there, 3,000.
The entire deck?
No.
No. This is
Just as a heads up, remember, this is going to remain the same for now. What we're talking about, this new deck where you're going to get the renderings, is going to be over there in that surface.
yeah.
We'll make sure we confirm that you understand the phases and the capacity at each level, because I think that's the biggest question. Inside of the media kit that you will receive, there will be a matrix to include what's available, what's not available, in the zones of what's available for you.
So
Basically, you guys are doing phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, right?
right. So let me delineate that for you. Phase 1 is out in the surface deck, in the surface lot right there. Phase 2, 3 years from now, will be this deck. Phase 3 will be the north deck. Okay?
And so the question is, with all of the capacity you guys are adding, the goal obviously is to make sure you guys have enough parking for growth years from now. I mean, a lot of times when construction, especially things with government happen, by the time we get to the point where the last parking deck is completed, they already have to start on something new. How long do you expect all these upgrades to happen to add the space to be able to make it so that there's enough parking for years to come? I mean, how long do you expect all of these upgrades to be able to be?
It's a probably it's a 10 to 12 year program.
No, but how long do you, so the 10, 12 years from now, will you then have to then start upgrading more stuff, or how many are you guys expecting the airport to be able to have the capacity to be able to sustain for 40 years?
Well, these parking decks we're planning for a 50-year life, you know, so basically that's the intended, the length of it. Now, will you have to upgrade or provide additional parking spaces? That will be determined over the course of time. So.
But I mean, the goal is obviously not to have to keep building more and more. So you guys are planning for well into the future.
Oh yeah.
So it's also fair to note that the airport is in a constant renewal and replacement program, period. So whether it be parking, vertical transportation systems, gates, bridges, we're constantly renewing and replacing those assets because of the use that we get out of them. Also, it's fair to note that parking behavior has changed. Prior to COVID, there was a trend of individuals using rideshare and public transit, and they had transitioned from using parking. When there's a transition in that way, we do studies that tell us what the capacity should be and how we should be able to meet those consumer demands. At this time, we're looking at the probability of a 30 to 40 or 50-year program, but in case there's a situational change or behavioral change or consumer demand that changes that, we will respond accordingly.
Can you talk about how it affects traffic, people getting into the actual terminal? Do they have ability to sort of detour or something, or look for somebody to come to drop somebody off?
Hi, I'm Jan Lennon. As it relates to, we have a mitigation plan based off of currently what is going on in the various different phases. So of course you will expect some traffic delays. However, we do have a plan in place where when we're actually moving lanes, adding a little additional lanes in certain areas, so therefore we can get efficient egress. But what we would like for everyone to understand, when you come here to pick up and drop off, that's what you need to do. You cannot continue to stay stagnant on the curbs because that's impeding the progress. So they are some of the things that we're actually doing. We're adding additional staffing on the curbs and also in traffic management to keep the traffic flowing. And then also too, the consideration for people to use the parking facilities that are available.
So what we're going to do now, guys, is we are going to break the sticks down. We're going to have Jai, Jen, Frank. We can walk on over there. We'll take a quick look. If you guys want to get some one-on-ones, we'll do that as well. Yeah, there is one. I'm sorry. There's one thing too. We want to make sure we prioritize this. Pay attention to the systems that we have in place when people are coming on through. You'll be able to come on in. You can quickly get people in and out of your car as you're coming in the northbound and the southbound roadways, but do it quickly. We want to make sure that we facilitate that movement as quickly as possible. Wait on the curb, utilize the cell phone lots, utilize the grace period that we have in the parking decks as well, so that you do not tie up traffic on the roadways itself.